Hey everybody, welcome to Pop Culture Philosophers. I'm Rockin Robbie Billups, and it's time for the weekly pop culture wrap-up. That's right, everybody. Welcome to the weekly pop culture wrap-up here on Pop Culture Philosophers. I'm Rockin Robbie Billups. It's the show where I go over the week's pop culture news, mostly comic books and movies. Let's get right into it with some comic book news. First of all, there are a series of Defenders one-shots coming in December. So Marvel was teasing this throughout the day. They kept doing all these teases. We're like, oh, there's a new Defenders book coming. Now, the Defenders, of course, is the classic team that's got Silver Surfer, Doctor Strange, Namor the Submariner, Incredible Hulk, and others. And they have had different iterations of the team throughout the years, but it's never really been a successful title, at least since the original run. You know, Steve Englehart did some really decent work back in the day on Defenders, but there is a new series of Defenders one-shots. So basically, each of the classic Defenders is getting their own one-shot, and then they're going to culminate it all in one. So we got the Immortal Hulk one-shot, and the one-shots have like Earth's Best Defense or something like that, right? So the Immortal Hulk is going to be written by Al Ewing, who of course is the writer over on the ongoing series, The Immortal Hulk. Namor the Submariner, that one-shot's going to be written by Chip Zdarsky, who's been doing great work over at Marvel 2-in-1, and since Namor is kind of a Fantastic Four type character, I think that's a great fit for that, absolutely. Doctor Strange, this one excites me. It's written by Gary Duggan, but it's got artwork by Greg Smallwood. Greg Smallwood doing a Doctor Strange one-shot? That sounds amazing. And Silver Surfer is going to be written and illustrated by Jason Latour, who we know from, of course, Spider-Gwen and, of course, Southern Bastard. So I think this is a neat little lineup. And, of course, Al Ewing is going to do the culminating Defenders one-shot that kind of wraps it all up. But that's coming in December. So Defenders fans... That was a little difficult to get out. So Defenders fans, rejoice, it's coming. Conan the Barbarian. We know that Marvel has the rights back to Conan starting in 2019, and they're definitely going to be doing a series, and of course they are, and they announced the creative team. The artwork is going to be by Mahmoud Asrar, but the writing is going to be done by Jason Aaron. Now, when this news first broke at the beginning of 2018, I said I want Donny Cates and Mike Deodato Jr., but Jason Aaron would fit as well. So I kind of called that one. Jason Aaron seems like a perfect fit for Conan the Barbarian. If Marvel's going to get the Conan rights back, if they're going to come out with a bang, Jason Aaron's probably the person to go to. They relied on Jason Aaron to carry the Star Wars line when it first relaunched under Marvel recently. So I think he's got the chops to do it. He's a big Conan fan. I'm not necessarily the hugest Conan fan, but with Jason Aaron on the book, I'll definitely give it a try. The new Wolverine costume, that's right, Return of Wolverine is going to have a new costume, and it's designed by Declan Shalvey. That's it right there. I don't like it. When we first debuted this on the PCP Army, the group over on Facebook, everybody said it looked like a restaurant worker, like a maitre d' or something like that. It just didn't really quite, I don't know, it didn't really get us. But I love Declan's artwork. He's going to be taking over the Return of Wolverine series at issue number 2 and 3 and 4 as well. So Steve McNiven's doing the first one, he's doing the next few, and they said originally that McNiven was going to do the last issue, but I've heard rumors that that is not going to be the case. Anyway, the new Wolverine costume, what do you think about it? We don't really like it that much, but let us know what you think about it in the comments down below. Tony Stark, Iron Man, a new book by Dan Slott and Valerio Schiti. I've been really liking that book. I think they've done a good job on that book, kind of bringing back some proper Iron Man villains, kind of bringing the character back to its roots just a little bit, you know, a little bit more for a little bit of, there's a little bit more in there for us old school fans that were reading in the 80s and 90s, and of course you fans, I'm sure, that were reading in the 60s and 70s, right? But that book is being canceled, not canceled, delayed. I'm sorry. Iron Man, of course, is not being canceled. It's being delayed. Issue number 4 is now going to come out October 3rd, and issue number 5 on November the 21st. So the next issue of Iron Man is not going to come out in September. It got pushed back and delayed a month. If I had to guess why, probably some delayed issues with either production or the artwork, something like that. Not too big of a deal, but just delayed a little bit. I just want to let you guys know. Do not look out for a new Tony Stark Iron Man book in September. Movie-wise, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 delayed indefinitely by Disney. We knew this was coming pretty much. James Gunn's been fired off of Disney and off of Guardians, and they're going to use his script, but he's not going to direct it, and the cast came back and they tried to fight for him to get his job back, but of course it's just not going to happen. So James Gunn is done on Guardians of the Galaxy, and they're going to have to bring in a new director, and the director of Thor Ragnarok was just recently, apparently, at Marvel Studios to talk about an upcoming project. I think he would be a great fit for it, but I think it would be the wrong move to bring in a director and rush right through the process and put it into production. So I think this is the best step. If you're not going to have James Gunn direct it, get another director, but but halt it just a little bit to let that director have some time. Because historically, especially with big tentpole comic book movies, when you bring someone in that wasn't there from the beginning as a director, it just really hurts the franchise. It really hurts the movie, I think. Ant-Man is a case of that, the first Ant-Man, and X-Men The Last Stand for sure. That was originally supposed to be Bryan Singer, then it was going to be Matthew Vaughn, then they got Brett Ratner to do it, and that movie was just atrocious, at least in my opinion. Dominic Monaghan is joining the cast of Star Wars Episode 9, which is rumored to be called The New Order. That's just a rumor, so don't quote me on that. But Dominic Monaghan, of course, played one of the Hobbits over in the Lord of the Rings movies, and to me, he's the most memorable as Charlie from Lost. So I love Lost. I love that character. I think he's going to do a great job. Who's he going to play? I don't know, probably some galactic scoundrel in the Star Wars universe, right? But I think it's a great fit. I think he'll do a great job, and I really want to see where he holds up his hand and he says it's not Leia's boat. Or maybe a ship, right? I mean, that would work. But anyway, I think that's great news. Danny Boyle, this is sad news, leaves James Bond number 25. When James Bond number 25 was announced that Danny Boyle had signed on as the director, I got super pumped for this. I like the Daniel Craig James Bond films. I think that Spectre's a little weak. I was really pumped for Danny Boyle to come in. He did movies such as 28 Days Later, Trainspotting, Slumdog Millionaire, Sunshine. I love this cat. I love his work. I was so pumped for this. But he left over creative differences. We always hear that, creative differences things. The rumor is that he disagreed with their casting of a Bond villain. They're trying to go into a Cold War era type thing. Not Cold War era, but kind of like that idea of the Cold War between America and Russia, but the kind of like set in today. And I think it could be relevant. I think it would be cool. But apparently he disagreed with some of the producers and Daniel Craig over who should be cast as the villain. That's just the rumor. But the truth is, the facts are that Danny Boyle has left James Bond number 25. So that movie has been delayed as well. It's not going to hit in 2019. They're doing the right thing. They're going to bring in a new director, so you got to have that person be there and absorb the experience a little bit before you rush into production. So I'm really sad to see Boyle leave. I mean, I'm just really sad to see Boyle leave. Anyway, that's what we got for you this week. Thank you guys so much for checking out the video. Upcoming here at PCP, we got a live stream tonight, 7 o'clock Central, Robbie Rants Live. We do that pretty much every Sunday. The last couple weeks, the schedule's kind of shifted it around a little bit, but we're back at our regularly scheduled time here on Sunday night, 7 o'clock Central Time. Join us for a Robbie Rants Live. We're going to be talking about this week's upcoming comic books. We're going to be talking about movies, pop culture, TV, comic books, and more, all that jazz. The comic book review will be up late Tuesday night, early Wednesday morning. The weekly comic book review that we do that every single week. And there's a new top 5 that's out right now. Top 5 favorite Batman comics. These are my personal top 5 favorite Batman comics. The next episode is going to be about Superman comics, and it doesn't come out this Thursday, but the following Thursday. So don't forget, we got a brand new show, Robbie's Top 5, every other Thursday here on the Pop Culture Philosophers YouTube channel. And you can check us out at popculturephilosophers.com for podcasts and a whole lot more. The podcast will be returning soon. We're just not quite ready for it yet, but there's a lot of back catalog that you can check out and catch up on. We love our podcast. We have a lot of fun doing it, so I really hope that you check it out. And like I mentioned earlier in the video, the PCP Army is a Facebook group where you can interact with me and other members of the excitable PCP crew. We have a lot of fun on that group, so get on Facebook if you're on there. Type in PCP Army, search it, send us a friend request, send us all that jazz, and we'll approve you for the group. We have a lot of fun over there talking about comic book news, things like that. So, thank you guys so much for watching the video. I've been Rockin Robbie Billups, and let me know in the comments below anything you want to say about any of the news I covered or anything that I didn't cover. I love talking to you guys about comic books, movies, TV, and pop culture. So thank you guys so much. I've been Rockin Robbie Billups. Thanks for rocking with us. Keep on keeping on.